Alright, I finally got in contact with somebody. I've tried to contact, and before you see either one of these films, what I'm talking about is, as you're seeing the first look of me returning, the water did just brush inside of the house. It didn't get into this room, surprisingly, but it did come in the backside of the dining area. I don't know the extent of the damage. It didn't get above the baseboard, so apparently we're okay there. We're going to show you a look at what actually happened on the outside of me driving in. I know this is a little bit laggy, but the power and cable are barely on. I think they just did vital repairs that are on the outside. I do have power at this particular time. It has been blinking in and out like they're working on the circuits on the outside. I've been trying to call people. I know there's people that know that I do YouTube and I post videos, so those of you who have worked with me in the past and do know that I post YouTube videos, this is one that I'm posting right now to let everybody know that I have finally made it back. It's about 5 p.m. on September the 2nd. I did take on water. It's not bad. The surge did not completely engulf the island, but I'm going to splice in a couple of shots here to tell you where I was going to go, to show you where I ended up, or thereabouts, where I think I was, at some little Iraqi Inn roach motel. Hell, it only had like a bed and a sink and a toilet. It didn't even really have a shower in it. But hard times, man. You do what you got to do. Because once I started actually breaking down the maps and doing my own projections, there are those that we were talking about it before. I nailed it. And not that I'm anybody that's a meteorologist or anything, but I saw the eye entering at Morgan City, and at that particular trajectory, if I'd have gone to Natchez and Vidalia in Mississippi, Louisiana area, I would still be stuck there. I have contacted my mother, dropped a call about 3 times. The landlines, from what I understand, are jacked up there as well. They're about 90% out of power on both sides of the river. And I'm glad that I went northeast instead. And I will be checking in with people later on because I need to make sure that my brother and sister and father are still, that they're okay. Mama hasn't talked to them. I think the main reason I was able to contact her is because it was a hospital. She has been in hospital for the past week, and you know that they have to keep those communications open, and I think that's one of the main reasons why I was able to get through the switchboard there. I've tried to call several people on my job, and I keep on getting different people. It's like the circuits are all screwed up. I have sent some text messages out, and hopefully I have called the right person. Steve, you know who you are. I did leave a voicemail, but there was this funky sex music at the beginning of it. If that's yours, more power to you. But I did leave a message to let you know I was en route back to the house. I am here now. Once again, it's 5 p.m., September the 2nd, and I need to get this cleaned up in here before I post anything. I did get an initial entry back to the house. There was massive amounts of water from what I see, and I do have some pictures that I'll upload later on a later video. And right here, let me show. I'm going to splice in right now where I would have gone, whereabouts I ended up, and it was an adventure getting out and getting back. Let me tell you guys that. I'm not going to linger on this particular hurricane because we have 3 more in a row that we'll probably have to deal with, especially 2 of them, and the one furthest away, because I saw one coming off of Africa as this one was coming in. So let me show you right now what I'm talking about. The idea, I don't have a stand. I'm just now getting this unpacked here. I did it as fast as I could to get the electronics back up. I had things moved around before I left out, and I got minimal power on this, but the internet is taking a while to load. That's why I just have it freeze framed on this picture right here. This is a current picture of Gustav, and right here where you see the cursor, I hope you can see it, right there is where there we go. Let me just hold it like this. This is where I was going to go. That place right there got hammered, and I talked to my brother and my father before I left, and I told them I'm not sure it's such a good idea for me to come that way because if I project this thing, and living down here where I live, you have to have a little bit of I don't know, interest in meteorology, I guess, especially when it comes to hurricanes. So this is where I was going to go here, and like I said, the news reports that I was getting on shortwave, because I do have one of those radios, and AM, FM news, this particular storm they've tracked very well, and Natchez got hammered. Vidalia didn't get mentioned because Natchez is more of a name, but that whole area right there has been hammered by both winds, rains, floods, and tornadoes. So I live down here. You see Biloxi. I live right here where you see the tip of the finger or cursor, and I ended up taking a course that took me into Alabama, up this way, and I ended up around right up in that area from what I understand. I did not have any internet or communications at the time. My cell phone actually went out, oh God, 2 days ago, and the signal was in and out. It was very rough because all of our towers are spread out down through here and bouncing off of all these towers trying to get back through to Mobile, and down here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast was just horrific. Once again, I'm still not able to communicate with anyone, but surprisingly the cable and power here are on. I haven't had any flickers here in just a minute. The house is like steaming hot right now because apparently the power did drop. But I ended up right up in this area here. As you can see, I think I-65 like goes up through Montgomery and then bounces off. I don't know. But I ended up in this area here, and I'm just now making it back. If I'd have gone this way, I'd still be stuck, and you wouldn't be hearing from me right now. Once again, I have the cleanup to do in the other rooms. That's why I kind of closed it off. There's no need for you to see that. There's some, I got towels down right now. I've opened the back door and squeegeed out what I could. And I'm going to leave it at that. Let me get the camera back over here where you can see. Oh, it's been an amazing, amazing experience. I'm very surprised this room right here wasn't jacked up. It looks like the winds didn't do too much damage. I may have gotten a little bit of roof move around or damage. See some buckling, but that's just on the shingles. The initial, the gutter on the front got ripped away, so we got hit with some pretty good winds here. I don't know. I'm just kind of, you got that adrenaline pumping. I'm just settling down from it. I need to kind of calm down and get my bearings together. I'm going to splice this as a two-parter, one coming in, and now you're going to see the rest of it, where we will actually walk around the house a little bit and give you an idea of the aftermath of Gustav. And my main concern right now is for where my family lives. They're still getting hammered all over the radio and everything. They're saying that there's tornado warnings blowing over them. Luckily, Mama's in a hospital, and those things are supposed to be built better than anything around them, so I'm sure she'll be okay. If they need to get them to secure areas, they will. She's been in there she slipped and fell. She's like 85 years old, and broke some vertebrae in her back. She does have 2 broke vertebrae. She ruptured 3 things, little bags or whatever. What do you call them? But anyway, corpuscles, I think it is, and she's in a bad way right now. As far as work, I don't know when I'm going to show up there, because from what I understand, they don't want people on the roads. They are extreme caution. As a matter of fact, I was very scared. I'm really kind of worried about the undercarriage of my car, because there were things that I ran over that just sounded like it was ripping the bottom of my car to shreds coming back into where I live. So there you go. I'll splice this in. It's going to be really choppy. I know it's very laggy. I apologize, but once again, we are at what I'm assuming is minimal or bare minimum power right now. We have an awesome electric company, Singing River Electric, here in the southern part of Mississippi, so I know that that's the only reason why there's power right now. And here in the last 15 minutes, it hasn't been jumping in and out to where the power goes off and all that. That's one reason why it's so freaking hot. I'm surprised I'm not sweating my balls off, but ceiling fans on. Haven't had my air on because of that. Don't want to be messing up the compressor and bursting any capacitors. We'll leave it at that, and I hope everybody out there that's in the Craft Chest Nation that is in the path of Gustav, be safe. You worry about self and family and your property, then worry about your job, because that's what's more important: family and self-preservation. Craft Chest, out.